Have you ever wondered what really makes us attracted to someone? Attraction, a seemingly simple concept, is an intricate dance of psychology and biology. It's not just about physical appearances or shared interests. It's about how our minds perceive and respond to others. There are many misconceptions about attraction. Some believe it's purely physical, while others think it's all about personality. But in reality, it's a complex interplay of various factors, including our psychological makeup, our experiences, and even our subconscious desires. Attraction isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It varies from person to person, influenced by a myriad of factors, some of which we may not even be consciously aware of. And that's what makes it so intriguing. It's not just a feeling, but a fascinating psychological process that we're all a part of, whether we realize it or not. So let's unravel what psychology has to say about this fascinating phenomenon. Ever heard of the saying, opposites attract? Well, psychology has a slightly different take on this. Let's dive into the fascinating world of attraction. And no, we're not talking about the gravitational kind. We're delving into the psychological theories that explain why we feel drawn to certain individuals and not others. First up, we have the similarity attraction effect. This theory suggests that we are more likely to be attracted to people who share common attributes with us. Think about it. Don't you feel a certain kinship when you meet someone who enjoys the same obscure indie band as you? That's the similarity attraction effect at play. Next, let's talk about the halo effect. This psychological phenomenon is all about how our overall impression of a person can be influenced by one positive trait. For example, if someone is attractive, we might also perceive them to be more intelligent, kind, or funny, even without knowing much about them. It's like they have a halo of positivity around them, hence the name. Last but not least, we have the mere exposure effect. This theory might surprise you a bit, as it says that familiarity breeds attraction. The more we are exposed to a person, the more we tend to like them. It's why we might find ourselves developing a soft spot for a colleague or a classmate we see every day. As we navigate through the maze of attraction, it's clear that there's more to it than just physical appearance or a magnetic personality. It's a blend of shared similarities, positive assumptions, and frequent interactions. It's about the way someone laughs at your jokes, the shared love for pineapple on pizza, or the way their presence becomes a comforting constant in your life. So it's not just about the looks or charm, but a complex interplay of various psychological factors. Now, here's a twist. Can ignoring someone actually make them more attracted to you? Well, let's delve into the psychological concept of playing hard to get. It's a tactic as old as time, and it's one that's been used and analyzed in countless romantic comedies and reality dating shows. But is there any truth to it? Can being aloof really make you more attractive to someone else? Here's where the principle of scarcity comes into play. In the world of economics, scarcity refers to the basic economic problem of having seemingly unlimited human wants in a world of limited resources. But how does this relate to attraction, you might ask? Well, when something is scarce or hard to get, it often becomes more desirable. It's why people line up for hours to get their hands on the latest tech gadget or limited edition sneaker. The same principle can apply to human interactions. If you're always available and eager to respond, you may be perceived as less valuable or desirable. It's an odd paradox, but it's one that's deeply ingrained in our psychology. Let's take a step back and think about this. When you're interested in someone, your natural instinct may be to shower them with attention, to make sure they know how much you like them. But this can sometimes have the opposite effect. It can make you seem too eager, too available, and paradoxically, less attractive. On the other hand, if you're a little more reserved, a bit harder to read, you become a puzzle that needs to be solved, a challenge that needs to be conquered. And that can be incredibly appealing. It can create a sense of mystery and intrigue that makes you more attractive. But remember, it's all about balance. Ignoring someone completely can come off as rude or disinterested. The aim here is to strike a balance between showing interest and maintaining a bit of mystery. While it may seem counterintuitive sometimes, being less available can indeed spark more interest. So think about this the next time you're trying to catch someone's eye. It might just be the key to unlocking the intrigue and attraction you're aiming for. But hold on, before you start ignoring everyone you like, there's a caveat to this. Now, it's essential to understand that the power of ignoring isn't about being cold or distant, but rather about finding a balance. It's not about indifference, but about balancing attention and indifference. You see, attraction isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's a delicate dance, a nuanced game of give and take. So while it's true that a certain level of indifference can spark interest, too much of it can have the opposite effect. It can lead to disinterest instead of attraction. Think about it. If you're constantly ignoring someone, never giving them any attention, they may start to feel neglected, unappreciated, or even unwanted. They might begin to question whether you're genuinely interested in them or not. And let's be honest, no one wants to feel like they're being taken for granted. So, how do you find the right balance? Well, it's all about being attentive without being overly eager. Show interest without smothering. Be present without being pushy. It's about demonstrating that you value their company, but you're not dependent on it. It's about letting them know they're important, but not the center of your universe. Remember, attraction thrives in the space between you. It needs room to breathe, to grow, to flourish. So give it that space. Show interest, but also show that you have your own life, your own interests, your own passions. It's a bit like a dance, really. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Sometimes you step forward, sometimes you step back. The key is to keep the dance interesting, to keep them guessing, to keep them wanting more. So, yes, ignoring can be a powerful tool in building attraction, but like any tool, it needs to be used wisely. Overuse it, and it can backfire. Underuse it, and it can fall flat. Like everything in life, the key lies in finding the right balance. Because in the end, isn't that what attraction is all about? Balance, a delicate, intricate, and fascinating dance of attention and indifference. So, what have we learned about the psychology of attraction? Well, we've delved into the intriguing nature of attraction, revealing that it's not always about grand gestures or constant attention. Sometimes it's about the subtleties, the nuances, the things left unsaid. We've explored the psychology behind it all, understanding how our minds operate when it comes to attraction, and how sometimes less can indeed be more. We've also uncovered the power of ignoring, not as a means of being unkind or dismissive, but rather as a strategic tool to pique interest and build intrigue. But remember, balance is key. It's about striking the right chord between showing interest and maintaining a sense of mystery. So, there you have it, a journey into the mind's inner workings when it comes to attraction. Remember, understanding these psychological principles can help, but genuine connection and respect for each other are the true foundations of any strong relationship.